Welcome to Live in Gratitude Daily on Global Voice Radio, a show which inspires, motivates, and transforms through sharing real-life stories of gratitude. Here is your host, Denise Joy. Hello, everyone. This is Denise Joy Thompson, and I am the creator, compiler, and primary author of Live in Gratitude Daily, the key to abundance, joy, and love. And I want to welcome all of my listeners to another episode of Live in Gratitude Daily on Global Voice Radio. So today is February 18th, and I actually want to read the entry from Live in Gratitude Daily, which is a 365-day journal. And actually this book is comprised of messages from myself, contributing co-authors, and then also some of the pages contain quotes by expert thought leaders, motivational speakers, transformational leaders, and other people who contribute to the world having a mindset of gratitude. So today's message for February 18th in Live in Gratitude Daily is by Iyanla Vanzant, and she quotes, "We think we have to do something to be grateful, or something has to be done in order for us to be grateful, when gratitude is a state of being." So let's talk about that. Let's think about exactly what is the message, what is the meaning behind this quote, behind this thought. We think we have to do something to be grateful, or something has to be done in order for us to be grateful, when gratitude is a state of being. A state of being, a mindset. Our mind, body, spirit is congruent in regards to being grateful, being thankful, appreciating what is in our life, what is around us. And this can occur, and it should occur, regardless of what is happening around us. Now, in all of the teaching and support that I have provided in regards to individuals being grateful, it doesn't mean that we don't experience other emotions and that we don't have thoughts that might be negative come to mind. Because as human beings, that is going to happen. We are going to have human thoughts. But when we are able to grow, cultivate a mindset, a state of being in regards to gratitude, that means that we are quickly able to shift to a perception or interpretation of gratitude very quickly, regardless of what is going on around us. And yes, we still experience all the emotions that a human being can experience, but we quickly return to a state of being that is grounded in gratitude, of being thankful, of being appreciative for ourselves and what we have in our life. So some of my thoughts about the quote on February 18 and what I included in our book. The idea of do unto others becomes automatic when we practice gratitude. Our gratitude for ourselves, what we have, what we can do, what we can work for, begins to rub off on other people. We begin to fully practice gratitude because we have become grateful in thought, word, and deed. we are gratitude in regards to our mind, body, and spirit. Once we fully are in the state of gratitude, we cannot help but live in gratitude daily. Our thoughts, words, and deeds of gratitude are now the true, authentic us. We have evolved into a gratitude being. Gratitude can become our constant state of being. It can be the first and last thought that we have as we wake and as we go to sleep. And the moments in between us awakening and us going to sleep, 99% of that can be based in gratitude. It is a practice that we cultivate. It is a state of being that we create by seeing in the world around us everything that we can be grateful for, that we see abundance in the penny, that we see abundance in the seedling. We see abundance in everything that we have. Conversations that I've had with individuals is being grateful for the simplest things in our life. Being grateful for the fact that we have clean water. Being thankful for the fact that we have a house. Being thankful for electricity. For those of us in many countries, we may take those things for granted. Now, having lived in several third world countries, I at times have experienced not having clean water and not having electricity. And when this occurred earlier on in my life, when I returned to the States, my attitude had changed in regards to the luxuries of clean water and electricity. I no longer took it for granted. I understood how difficult life can be when we don't have that. I also know that individuals who are in countries without consistent, regular, expected utilities and simple amenities, they still can thrive because they are used to that situation. And then they are grateful for any amount of some of the things that we take for granted, some things that we consider life-sustaining in a certain way, they may not have on a regular basis. And so once we are deprived of something and we learn to live without it, once we are back in a situation where we have it on a regular basis, we are grateful. And hopefully we do not ever take it for granted again. You know, one of the things that I talked to the readers of Live in Gratitude Daily and the members of our Facebook group, one of the exercises that I had given to them is to be grateful for everything we have in our house or in our living quarters, whether it's in the house, an apartment, a studio, whatever they are living in, wherever they, lay their head at night. And my exercise for them was to be grateful for the objects in their living quarters. And it seems really funny to think about, I am going to thank and appreciate my refrigerator. I am going to thank and appreciate my favorite chair. I am going to thank and appreciate my computer. Now, as I say that, many of you listening are going to say, I always appreciate my computer, right? What would we do without it? What would we do without technology? So oftentimes we are thankful for things that we need to do our business. But how often do we really recognize everything that we have around us and how abundant we truly are? And one of the things about gratitude, the key of gratitude, the state of being in gratitude and sharing that is the energetic vibration that is then sent to the universe, is sent to the world, emanates from us, and like attracts like. By being grateful for the abundance of anything and everything you have in your life right now will allow more abundance to come in. And I'm not talking purely about financial abundance. I'm talking about abundance of relationships, of like-minded, heart-centered, spirit-led individuals coming into your life because your energetic presence is allowing God's Spirit universe to allow those persons to come into your life. God's Spirit universe is sending those individuals to come into your life. And because you are expansive, you are open, you are sharing your gratitude with yourself, with the world, then you are able to receive them. You are able to connect with them. Their energy is like energy. When we are closing ourselves off with negativity, when we're closing ourselves off by complaining, when we're closing ourselves off by seeing lack, seeing competition, when we're voicing those types of low and negative energy thoughts, then we push away abundance. We push away joy. We push away love. Because the low energy, the negative vibrations that we now are creating by our thoughts closes off what we truly would like to have in our life. If we want abundance, joy, and love, then we need to be abundance, joy, and love. And research has shown that the state of gratitude, a strong foundation of gratitude, the positive energy that is created by gratitude is what allows abundance, joy, and love to come into our life. And gratitude starts with each one of us. And it starts from an internal acceptance, an eternal creation, an internal sharing of gratitude. So when I talk about it starts internally, it starts with creating a congruency between our mind, body, and spirit. And that congruency starts with our thoughts. It starts in our mind. Because our mind shares the thought to our heart, to our body, to our spirit. We create the thought of gratitude on how we perceive ourselves. Perceiving our authentic, true self with gratitude. Being grateful for every single thing that makes up who we are today. Now, this doesn't mean that there might not be things that we want to work on in regards to ourselves. Even the creation of gratitude is working on ourselves. But what gratitude for ourselves means is that we accept, we embrace, we love who and what we are today. That there is no part of us that we are angry at. There is no part of us that we put down. There is no part of us that we want to negate. that we look at ourselves, our true, authentic, naked self, and we love. That we love, accept, even as we might want to make changes. And we love ourselves as we are going through those changes. And the changes that we want to make are easier to make when we are loving ourselves through them. The other day on Facebook, there was a mention, a quote, and I ad-lib it, that no one can love us more than what we love ourselves. And what I would also add is no one can truly love us unless we truly love ourselves. So gratitude starts at home, in our mind, in our heart. And we create that congruency. So it is okay if I look at myself and I think, I should, not should, right? We should not should on ourselves. I look at myself and I can think how appreciative my body would be if I was healthier. If I become healthier, if I would exercise, if I exercise, my body would appreciate that. That doesn't mean that I have to dislike how I am today. I can accept if I need to lose 5 or 10 pounds and still love myself. I can accept that I need to increase gratitude for myself and in my life to be happier. And research shows that gratitude is the greatest of virtues. It's the parent of all other virtues in our life. And a lot of individuals don't know that. So if gratitude is the key to abundance, joy, and love, then cultivating the gratitude in myself, the ripple effect of that is gratitude throughout my whole life. So the foundation of gratitude starts at home, in my mind, in my heart, and becomes congruent with my body and spirit. You too can build a strong foundation of gratitude. It takes practice. It takes talking about gratitude, sharing your gratitude, but it can be done. And as we create and build our foundation of gratitude, brick by brick, more gratitude comes into our life. One of the things that has become so important to me is sharing gratitude with others. Because I recognized as I was doing research for Live in Gratitude Daily, how important gratitude is to the world. And, when you look at the research, gratitude is the foundation for most religions. Gratitude, thankfulness is in all of the the manuals, right? The things that we turn to read about our God, our higher power. Every religion talks about gratitude and thankfulness. What's interesting, though, it wasn't until the late 1990s, the early 2000s, that psychology started to research the concept of gratitude. And what the research has been finding is gratitude is the key to people being happy, to people being fulfilled, to loving relationships, to doing better in the workplace. They are finding that gratitude truly is the key. So we know if we go back and we read the historical documents in regards to the different religions, if we go back and read some of the historical writings of the great poets and the great authors, if we go back and we start looking at the research that is being done on gratitude, we see the answers. Because without gratitude, the other emotions are not as significant, are not as true as if we have gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation for everything in our life. So it's almost as if without gratitude, then we're sort of living a false life. And gratitude costs nothing. Gratitude does not take any equipment to do. Gratitude is free for everyone. Now, gratitude does take practice. It is creating a different mindset. It's creating a different perspective of yourself, of the world. It is seeing the silver lining. It is knowing that the glass is half full. It's always full. We have a glass. Gratitude is looking at a situation and realizing there is something to take away from the situation. There is something to learn. There's something to grow from. Now, that doesn't mean that a situation happens and that we're happy about that situation right away. And if the situation is that we lose someone that we love, we are going to be sad. We're going to grieve. And then hopefully we see how we can be grateful for knowing that person. And even today, before I was doing this show, I had a conversation on Facebook. Someone had lost a family member. And we grieve because we love. And we're grateful for knowing that person and having that person in our life. And we're grateful that they experienced the life that they had. So there can be sadness and gratitude at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other, but we don't want to have sadness and negativity without gratitude. And gratitude can decrease negative emotions and negative situations. So I welcome all of you to join me in my Facebook group, Live in Gratitude Daily. Be a part of mine and the other members, their Live in Gratitude Daily journey. Join us so you can learn to be grateful, so you can experience gratefulness and thankfulness, and that you create more abundance, joy, and love in your life. Because there is a way to do that costs nothing. And you can create a strong foundation of gratitude. You can have a wonderful, glorious, Live in Gratitude Daily journey. So thank you to all of my listeners. Thank you to the co-authors of Live in Gratitude Daily. And join me every week on Live in Gratitude Daily on Global Voice Radio, and let me know how you are increasing gratitude in your life. Thank you for listening to Live in Gratitude Daily with Denise Joy. Join us every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern on Global Voice Radio.